Hi, Gerhard Bloom, once again, looking at the tyranny and the delusions of the social justice movement. So let's look at this inverted moral universe of these radical leftists, right? A CEO of a health insurance company, walking down the street, gunned down, right? Shot in the back by some cowardly thug. Now this man may turn out that he's deeply mentally disturbed. A sign of that mental disruption is he was a fan of the writings of Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, right? Another crazed nut. At any rate, Mangione, he thought he was some kind of fucking Robin Hood gunning this man down because, health insurance companies, they're villainous, exploitative. Look, if you don't like your health insurance company, find another health insurance company. And there's all sorts of medical assistance aid out there for people in desperate need. But as it happens, Mangione was not in desperate need financially. His parents, multimillionaires. Yeah, multimillionaires. This kid, silver spoon in his mouth since the day he was born. Right? His high school he went to, $40,000 a year tuition. That's right, $40,000 a year. Many Americans don't make $40,000 and they have to feed their families and put a roof over their heads. His parents sent him off to school. $40,000, yeah, take it out of the chump change in the bedroom. At any rate, goes on to Ivy League University, Penn State. Now, this might provide an interesting clue as to where this guy's mind got radicalized, because it certainly did. Right? Like all of the other Ivy League universities, the Ivy League universities chanting death to the Jews and, supporting Palestinian villainy. Yeah, it's long preceded this recent outbreak. The Ivy League university has been spreading poisonous socialist Marxist ideology for decades now. So yeah, he went there. And yes, he became radicalized, and it may turn out that, there's some mental illness, as I've said. But what is utterly shocking is you have people, Elizabeth Warren. Well, no, nobody can justify murder, but, it is absolutely indefensible. There is no excuse, none. And this radicalism, this doesn't stop, right? Once it gets spooled up, you have people in New York, villainous woke monsters, putting up posters of CEOs of other corporations because, they exploit. Why don't we try socialism? Why don't we try socialism? Well, socialism killed, as I've said repeatedly in these videos, 100 million people, civilian populations, by their own government in peacetime. That's right, 100 million people. Why don't you try socialized medicine? I live in Canada, socialized medicine, although I have to take out additional health insurance because the system's failing. And Britain, same thing. People are dying on waiting lists, waiting to get treatment. So there's a problem. And socializing medicine is not going to help because in any other field, right? You socialize something, innovation, creativity doesn't happen. Absolutely stifles it, right? Competition in the free market. That's what creates innovation, change, and healthcare is absolutely no exception. You tried to get healthcare in the Soviet Union. It was free and worth every penny, right? Absolutely disastrous. So no, that's not the answer. And these people championing Mangione like he's some kind of fucking Robin Hood, they got a screw loose. 2 young men have had their father murdered, and undoubtedly the CEO had all sorts of people who loved and cared for him. He did not come up from a family of wealth and privilege, right? His father ran a grain elevator. So this guy worked hard, he succeeded. Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. You don't like the game, then talk to your politicians, try to find ways of changing the game. Then on the other hand, Jordan Neely. Right, Jordan Neely is a criminal thug and yes, deeply mentally disturbed, right? But, before I move on, the people who are championing this Mangione, yeah, they're the same people who are shouting death to the Jews, supporting the Palestinians, exactly the same type of people. And they're the same people who are, calling Daniel Penny, the guy involved in the Jordan Neely incident, they're calling him some kind of racist vigilante. There was no evidence at all that Daniel Penny was motivated by anything other than the desire to keep those people around him who were absolutely terrified, and for good reason. He wanted to act to ensure that they were safe. And as it happens, Jordan Neely was a very, very dangerous man. Numerous arrests, serious violent thug. He punched a 67-year-old woman, 67-year-old woman in the face, broke her orbital bone, and broke her nose. Could have killed the woman. So yes, he was dangerous. He was on a list the police had of the 50 most concerning homeless people in New York City, a city of like 8 million people. He's in the top 50 of the ones that are concerning the police the most. You know who killed Jordan Neely? Leftists. In any sane society, Jordan Neely would have not been wandering the streets, threatening, tyrannizing other people. He was diseased, sickle cell, crazed out of his mind on drugs, some artificial marijuana concoction, and violent and schizophrenic. He was absolutely a dangerous person. He should have been like woke ideology, right? Leftists. We need to get these people out of these mental institutions because, alternative lifestyles. And I've said this on previous videos. When these people are slaves to addiction or, suffering from serious mental health illnesses, leftists are leaving them in the streets, defecating on sidewalks, living in their own filth, subject to all the violence that goes on in these homeless communities. Absolutely awful. And these leftists, they're pitiless. So Jordan Neely, and there's every reason to believe that Daniel Penny's restraint had nothing to do with Jordan Neely's death, right? High, sick, awful, and the excitement of the altercation undoubtedly killed this guy. But even if Daniel Penny was the proximate cause, the ultimate cause was leftist. Then you have some BLM thug, some leader of some BLM chapter in New York. Oh, Jordan Neely was killed for speaking too loud. Maybe we need our own vigilantes. Maybe this thug doesn't realize that Daniel Penny involved in the death, however tangentially, with Jordan Neely. This is a dog bites man scenario, right? Because the vast majority of interracial violence, it's blacks killing whites. Blacks killing whites, the vast majority. A black man is 35 times more likely to kill a white man than a white man is to kill a black man. A black man killing a white man, that's dog bites man. Happens every day. Every day. The number one cause of death for a young black man is death by a young black man. Not a white man, not a cop. No. And these black men, when they're out killing other black men, they kill an awful lot of little black babies and little children. This is also a dog bites man story. That's why you don't hear about it in the paper, because it happens every week. Every week, some black mother is mourning the death of her child. And I say black mother because very few black fathers stick around. It's a sad reality. And I know there's wonderful black families out there, mother, father, and a well-behaved child. But all too often, these kids in the inner city, mom has children with several different baby daddies, and the daddies have children with several different baby mamas. So no, the black community does not need black vigilantes out there, because they don't want to be killing other blacks, because it's happening already. And let's hope the whites don't pick up this torch, right? This goes nowhere good, this fueling this racist nonsense. No. The death of Jordan Neely had absolutely nothing to do with racism or vigilanteism. Have you seen the videos? Jordan Neely's restraining, Daniel Penny's holding Jordan Neely. There's a black man and a Hispanic man helping out. I've seen the videos of the police interviewing people who were there. They feared for their life. They thought they were going to die. And a black woman thanked Jordan Neely, or Daniel Penny, sorry. Thanked Daniel Penny. She thought she was going to die. A black woman. Does she sound racist? Has she internalized white racism? Absolutely not. This is an inverted moral universe of leftists. I've said this before. Leftists, they're always wrong on absolutely everything. And they're not wrong because they, make some casual mistake and they, a broken clock right twice a day. No, they're wrong because it's this woke Marxist ideology. It's a disaster in every aspect of it. Anyways, that's my rant. Thanks so much for your time and attention. You like the video, drop a thumbs up, gratifies my fragile male ego. And please check out my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. I walk you through this whole BLM, black oppression narrative. It's nonsense. I walk you through the whole trans ideology, more toxic nonsense, all of it. Socialism, Marxism, the whole thing. Anyways, thank you so much for your time and attention. Bye-bye now.